Hi folks, Canadian Prepper here. Guys, did you ever wonder what the wealthiest amongst us are going to be consuming after the apocalypse? Did you ever want to know what is in the bunkers of the Warren Buffetts, the Bill Gates, the Sleepy Creepy Joes, and every other tech billionaire who's bugging out to New Zealand? Well, today on the channel, you're in for a treat because we're going to show you exactly what they are stockpiling. So let's get to it. The other day, I get an email from somebody who says, hey, have you heard of this Wholesale Freeze Dry place? I said, no. I didn't think much of it, but I figured, you know what, I'm gonna send the owner an email. He writes me back a 2-page essay on how he loves the channel and he's just been waiting to collaborate with us. So if you guys stick with me towards the end of this video, we're gonna give you an amazing discount coupon that you can use to fill up your pantry with this stuff. One of the most impressive things with this freeze-dried food company is that they freeze dry pretty much everything. We're talking about lobster, we're talking about pepper steak, full chicken breasts, hamburger beef patties. We're talking about things freeze-dried that are big. Typically, freeze-dried food is broken down into cubes. Like usually a 1 centimeter cube is the biggest you want to go. You can have a chicken breast and you can do certain things like ice cream sandwiches, but by and large, most pre-made freeze-dried entrees are broken up into fine pieces. And this is because freeze drying is a very extensive process that requires a lot of energy, and the more you break stuff down, the easier it is to freeze dry, the less energy it takes, the cheaper the cost. Now, don't get me wrong, all of the freeze-dried entrees that we sell taste absolutely delicious, from Peak to Happy Act to Mountain House. They're all good stuff. Backpacker's Pantry, they're all delicious. But what this wholesale freeze dryer has done, they have created a product line that allows you to make your own entrees. So what we're gonna do in the next series of videos is we're just gonna mix and match stuff. I think they said this is only half of the variety that they actually have to choose from. They have every possible food that you can imagine, so you can mix and match everything, so you can make whatever meal you want. And this is why Richie Rich and all his friends are stockpiling this stuff in their bunkers. Today we're gonna do root vegetables, because I'm a meat and potatoes guy. We're gonna do freeze-dried chicken and some simple cilantro lime rice. When I say they have everything, even freeze-dried pizza. So how are you gonna rehydrate freeze-dried pizza without it becoming a sloppy mess? Steamers. I purchased these steamers just for this purpose. So if you wanna help fund this channel, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video. I've never actually used a steamer before. As you've probably gathered, I don't know my way around the kitchen. So let's just open this up. So this is a piece of freeze-dried chicken. It's lighter than air. Obviously, it's a little bit heavier than air, but you can see it's flaking off, it's powdering. It's incredible how light this is. This is Astronaut Food, guys, okay? So what they do with their freeze-dried process is they extract like 99% of the moisture through a process called sublimation. And this is gonna allow this piece of chicken right here to preserve for up to 30 years. So in 2053, this is what the elites are gonna be eating if they've mastered that life extension technology with their artificial intelligence and the robots and all that stuff by that time. If they're still alive, this is what they're gonna be eating. It's absolutely incredible technology. Most people don't know about it or don't know how it works. I've never actually steamed freeze-dried stuff before, but it just feels so weird. And watch this. Can you do this to a chicken breast? You could just break a piece of chicken off. Now, when this rehydrates, you're gonna be very surprised to see what the outcome is. Because right now, I can just go like this, and just break a piece off. I won't be able to do that after it's been rehydrated. And I can tell by looking at this stuff that this is very high quality. I can tell that it's freeze-dried all the way through just by the weight of it. And they have a patented freeze-drying process. They're like the KFC of freeze dryers. They have their own secret way of allowing them to freeze dry things that are this big and that thick. It's very hard to do that. You can do that with your Harvest Right freeze dryer like you see here. You can also get those at CanadianPreparedness.com. But the problem with that is that it takes a long time to do. If the item is too thick, then you might not extract all the moisture from the middle. That moisture could potentially lead to early spoilage. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna pretend I know how to use this machine. Apparently you just turn it on and press start and it's gonna begin to do something. I don't know how long it's gonna take. Never used one in my life, but let's just see. On this side, we're gonna put some freeze-dried root vegetables. Seems easy enough. Seems within my pay grade. When you're doing this, you gotta imagine it's 30 years from now, the world is in ruins, everybody's eating themselves alive on the surface. You're down there in your bunker feasting on this cuisine. This is gonna taste exactly the same in 30 years as it does right now. That's absolutely incredible. See, while you're in the gulags, communist camera guy, this is what your overlords are gonna be consuming. How does that make you feel? No comment, apparently. All right, so this is our freeze-dried cilantro, lime rice, and fire-roasted corn. Inside here, we got 5 grams of protein per serving and 180 calories per serving. And you get several servings in a bag. So let's see that. There you go. I mean, that just looks delicious. I can tell you guys, in talking to the owner, I know a good company from a bad one. And I can tell you guys right now that this company takes pride in what they make. And I can tell just by looking at that, that is the highest quality freeze-dried food you're ever gonna find. That's on the level of Mountain House and Peak Refuel, only there's less preservatives, maltodextrin. That's about it. So we got cooked brown rice, corn, cooked black beans, tomato, poblano pepper. So they have a few things like this where there's entrees, where they have to put a few of those preservatives in and that seasoning. But by and large, most of the things they offer, they don't have that in because it's meant for you to mix and match and make your own meals just like you would, like you're going to the grocery store. So here we got our boiling water. So that's gonna instantly absorb all that moisture. You could actually probably pour this right into the bag if you wanted to. And that actually looks really good. Like you can see everything coming to life. The whole idea with freeze-dried food is that unlike freezing and thawing, it's in the thawing that the cell wall of the food deteriorates and it loses its form. But in freeze drying, you're skipping that thaw cycle and you're going right to what they call sublimation. The cell walls remain intact, so when you rehydrate it, it retains the same texture. Let's check and see how our root vegetables are doing. They're looking pretty darn good. They're starting to get nice and soft. You can see the texture is virtually the same. These might take a little longer. Different foods absorb at a different rate. I guess you can say chicken absorbs actually pretty fast. So we're already seeing this start to come to life here. This is very hot. It's gonna take a little while maybe. You know, we probably could just use water for this. Like if I was to just pour water on this, this would hydrate almost instantly. So if I just do that, this will be fine for chicken breast, but for something like pizza, you probably wouldn't want to do that because you don't want to ruin the texture. You know, I think for most of this stuff, guys, you can just boil it and you're going to save yourself time. Just put boiling water on it. Even for this chicken, I don't think steaming was the right way to go. But I think for a lot of the very texture specific products, because if you look here, the chicken is just going to be, it's going to have a pretty thick texture to it. So I think what we're going to actually have to do with this chicken, we're going to have to boil it because it's just not absorbing the moisture in the way I want it to. So we're doing a little cheat here. I don't know if these steamers are as good as I originally thought. So we're just gonna pour some boiling water on there. We're gonna do the same with this one here. Pour some boiling water on there. Now, like I said, guys, you gotta remember, everybody else is eating cockroaches. You're eating this. So for all you super particular soy boys out there, if you're gonna complain about this after the hits the fan, quite frankly, you don't deserve to live anyways. And I say that with 100% confidence. All right, a nice juicy rehydrated chicken. All right, now look at that. Look at that. How much do you think this is gonna be worth? when everybody else is eating bugs. One thing you gotta factor into the cost of freeze-dried food is the fact that this chicken in 20 years is likely gonna cost what, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times as much? I think it's time to dig in. You know, I could see myself getting picky after the apocalypse if I was this spoiled. If I was eating like all the bigwigs are gonna be in the deep underground military bunkers, this is actually really good. This is what I'm gonna eat for supper tonight. Let's try that chicken. So you can see the chicken texture now. That's like real chicken texture, okay? Rehydrated chicken breast after 25 years. It tastes just like chicken breast. You know how chicken breast is kind of, you know, it's kind of dry. That's how chicken breast tastes, right? But honestly, man, I'm 100% sold on this. Part of the reason why these root vegetables didn't rehydrate that well is because it looks like they were roasted. So they had a bit of a crispy shell. That crispy shell inhibited the absorption of water into the potatoes and the carrots and whatever else is in here. Now, like I said, you could make this with your homemade freeze dryer. It's just gonna be a lot of work. This is for somebody who perhaps has a lot of Skrilla in the bank and you're thinking about gold, you're thinking about precious metals. Well, this is money. People say gold is the original money, but food, stuff that you can use, consume, energy is money. This is all that is energy in a bag. So you can go get yourself some energy and you get 15% off using the discount code posted on the screen right now. Guys, go check it out. Stay tuned because we're gonna be doing more videos where I mix and match different types of foods. If you have any suggestions, anything that you would like to see, then let me know. And we're also gonna keep using our own freeze dryer to freeze dry stuff. Let me know if you have any ideas or requests on what you wanna see me freeze dry. All right, guys, you take care. Thanks for watching. Canadian Prepper out.
The best way to support this channel is to support yourself by gearing up at CanadianPreparedness.com, where you'll find high-quality survival gear at the best prices, no junk, and no gimmicks. Use discount code PREPPINGGEAR for 10% off. Don't forget, the strong survive, but the prepared thrive. Stay safe.